I think it's safe to say that if you thought about selling your house, you've probably thought, I can do this myself, a for sale by owner. I don't have to hire an agent. I can save some money. And that is true. But I have a few questions that I want you to ask yourself. But first, some statistics. In 2004, 14% of sales in the market were for sale by owner. In 2009, that number declined to 9%. Do you know how to make your home ready for sale? Buyers are looking for specific things. And do you know what problems you may need to correct, things you need to fix, and what problems you don't need to fix? You need to know what's important and what's not when it comes to selling your home. Do you know how to price your home? Now, granted, the past year or so, the market has been insane, but that does not mean that you can just put any price in your home and expect to get it. Overpricing your home is a death wish. If you want to hear crickets, then do that. Today's buyers are savvy. They have access to lots of resources, and they understand and they know when a house is overpriced. You need to know your comps. And a good strategy is to find what your comps are and price them at or maybe just below that price, so you can make it a fair playing field and potentially drive that price up. When you price your home, you also have to think about, is it going to appraise? And that's a whole nother can of worms. And do yourself a favor. Do not rely on Zillow to price your home. Zillow is never accurate and not a good source of information. Are you familiar with the legality of selling your home in North Carolina? You know there's certain forms that you have to provide to the potential buyer that are required by law. Do you know how to fill them out properly? Also, material fact. If you know something is specifically wrong with your home and you don't tell them, and they find out after the fact or after the deal is closed, they can come after you and sue you. That would suck. Do you know what it takes to effectively market a home? This is the part that I like. It's making it look pretty and making it look presentable. It's so much more than just plopping a sign in the front yard and saying, here it is, people, come and get it. You need to make sure that the photographs are correct and that the verbiage of how you describe your home is something that's welcoming and makes people want to see this place. Can you do that? Do you have that capability? Also, staging is very important. Do you know how to decorate? Do you need to hire an interior designer maybe to come in and stage your home for you? Get rid of all the knickknacks and the personal items that don't need to be there to make your home look as spacious and as beautiful as possible. That takes time, it takes effort. And if you don't have that eye, that could be bad. Again, that's the part that I love. Are you a good negotiator? Most of the time, people who are looking at for sale by owners are investors or people with not so good credit. Investors think they can get a good deal because you didn't hire a real estate agent and they probably think you can't afford to pay them to sell your house for you, so they're going to get a good deal. People with not so good credit think, okay, they probably need to sell it themselves also, so I'm going to see if maybe they'll let me lease it for a while and then I'll buy it when my credit's better. So you need to kind of weed those people out at the beginning, and that's what a real estate agent can do for you. The most common offer on a for sale by owner is a low one. How are you with letting strangers in your house? If you're going to sell your house yourself, you have to let strangers in. That's part of the deal. Now, you don't want to hover over them because they need their space to talk amongst themselves and make comments. But if you're not watching them, could they be stealing from you? Potentially. You could be letting thieves into your house. That's the risk you run for selling your house yourself. What happens if the appraisal comes in too low? Or what happens if the buyer's inspection is a complete and utter bloodbath? What do you do? Do you know how to negotiate these things and figure this out and maneuver through this? Hey, if you like this video, then check out this one. I think you'll really like it. Also, if you want to know more about what it takes to sell your home yourself, there's a link right below. Click on it and I'll send the information right over to you. So for those of you who work a full-time job and are thinking about selling your house yourself, can you handle all of this? This is a lot. Prepping your home for sale, coming up with the right price, showing your home, letting people in your home, negotiating, It's a lot. Real estate agents work hard, so you might as well just pay them to do the job for you. Oh, and guess what? You may end up paying commission anyway, because sometimes, most of the time, buyers are going to hire their own agents to help them find a home. So if their buyer agent comes to you and says, hey, I want to help my buyer purchase your home, will you pay my fee? You have two choices. You can say yes or you can say no. If you say no, they're going to move on and find somebody else who will. So if you're going to pay them, you might as well pay your own agent to look after your best interest. It's not going to cost you that much more, because by the time you put money into prepping your home for sale and getting it ready and making it look pretty and taking photographs and getting the advertisement, whatever, you might as well have just paid a real estate agent to do all of that stuff for you. Take all of that stuff off your plate. All of the worries of having to negotiate and get the home ready and all that. It's a lot. Real estate agents work hard. I don't think people realize how hard we actually do work. So you might as well get your own. Okay, survey says that for sale by owners typically sell for less money. Also, yard signs and newspaper ads, they're not cutting it anymore. Those are a thing of the past. Buyers are much more savvy than that. They're looking in different places. Also, Craigslist, that is just creepy. And I will be honest and tell you that I recently had a listing in town here in Wilmington, and I got a call from somebody saying that they saw my listing on Craigslist and it was a rental. Somebody pulled all of my information, including my pictures, and was listing it for rent on Craigslist, and it was a scam. Be careful. Here's some more statistics for you. In 2020, the average home sold for $208,700 for sale by owner. That same home sold with a real estate agent paying 5% commission at $235,000. That's a difference of $14,500. Lastly, I want to say that not letting an agent list your home in the multiple listing service, or MLS, is going to affect your listing severely. You need as many eyes on your property as you can possibly get. Also, real estate agents don't have really good sources to find for sale by owners. That's a common misconception. We have to plow through the websites just like everybody else. It's not easy. Also, as a side note, I want to say that if you are thinking about listing your home, and say you have several friends that work in the business, you want to interview them and you want to pick the person that you think will work the hardest for you and help market your home to the best of their ability. But when it comes to what company that you list your home with, it doesn't matter if you list with a small boutique firm that has 3 agents or a big box firm that has hundreds of agents. When that information is put into the MLS, the multiple listing service, it goes out to the same exact places no matter whether you're with the boutique firm or the big box company. Your home gets marketed the same exact way. The only difference is the agent and what they put into it at the beginning as far as marketing your home and how well of a negotiator they are. That's the important part. The company makes absolutely no difference. So if you're thinking about selling your home and you want to sell it yourself, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You just need to know what you're doing, and you need to have your ducks lined up and know that it's going to be a lot of work for you. And agents take a lot of that work off your plate so that you don't have to worry about a thing. I'm William Corbett with Port City Living at Keller Williams Realty. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you do like this video, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss a thing. Most of my videos are about what it's like to live in Wilmington, North Carolina and the surrounding area. And sometimes I drop tidbits like this on you. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up and give me some comments, because I love hearing your comments below. It's so awesome interacting with you guys. Until next time, remember, if someone doesn't have a smile, give them yours. I think it's safe to say that if you thought about selling your home, you probably thought, I can do this myself. I don't have to hire an agent and I can save some money. And that's true, you can. But, oof,